Great gameplay, a charming story and characters, fantastic music. Surely this game would be a hit, right? Well, it released in 2008 and it sold like shit. In 2017, Xseed localized and released the game on Steam, and it sold like shit. The game I'm talking about is Zwei 2, or otherwise known in English, Zwei, the Ilvered Insurrection. But I'm just gonna call it Zwei 2 from now on, because it's a lot faster and a lot easier to say. Zwei 2 is an action JRPG developed by Nihon Falcom. Now when I say Nihon Falcom, I'm likely to get one of two responses. What the hell is a Falcom? Or, oh hell yeah, East and Trails, man, I love Falcom. To that first one, Falcom is a video game company that is highly unknown and very underrated in my opinion. If you like JRPGs, I would highly recommend checking them out. To that second one, most Falcom fans have only played the flagships, East and Trails, and maybe if their horizontals have expanded a bit, Tokyo Xanadu, which is a bit of a shame and a shamble because Falcom is a lot more than just East and Trails, my friends. Hopefully after this video I will convince at least some of you to play Falcom's hidden gem, Zwei 2. To do that, I'm gonna need you to take out your credit card and... No, I can't keep up this bit with a straight face. I'm gonna start with talking about the gameplay of this game. The gameplay in Zwei 2 is fast, simple, and addicting, just like the East series. Now, my gameplay recording for this game is a little interesting. I don't know why it turned out the way it did. I don't have these issues with any other games. In Zwei 2, you control two characters, Ragna and Alwen. Ragna is the physical damage dealer, and Alwen is the magic caster. You can switch seamlessly between the two of them, instantly, just with the press of a button. And chances are, you'll be switching between the two very frequently. But don't you worry, it's a lot of fun to do so. Zwei 2 goes for a little bit of a slower approach to gameplay than East, but it's made up for in all the puzzles and a lot of other interesting things in this game. It's kind of like the older Zelda games in that sometimes you'll have to use items to progress in the dungeon. Every stage will have their own gimmicks and hazards, providing a lot of variety to the places that you'll visit, and they are typically a lot of fun to go through. I don't want to spoil gameplay sections for y'all, so I'm not going to dive too deep into this. However, there is one thing about Zwei that is very unique that I must cover, and that is the food. Yep, that's right, the food. In Zwei 2, enemies typically will drop food instead of other items. They also drop money as well, but the food is the most important part. You do not gain experience points from killing monsters in this game. You gain experience points by eating food. Yep. Food not only heals you, but it's also your only source of EXP. Once you acquire 10 of a certain food, you can trade it in at the inn for an exponentially better food that gives you a lot more EXP. This creates a fantastic risk and reward factor for when you're in the dungeons. Are you gonna stay healthy and eat a lot of food in the dungeon? Or are you gonna save it up for the dopamine mukbang back at the inn? Next up to talk about is the charm of this game. Oh man, this game just oozes charm like crazy. In its story, characters, flavor text, oh man, it's so goddamn beautiful. Falcom were definitely on fire when they were making this game. But I also think Xseed plays a massive part in this. Now Xseed is a localization company that go out of their way to add a lot of flavor to text and dialogue, while still keeping the core of the original translation intact. Many Falcom fans will probably know them for their excellent work in the Trails in the Sky trilogy and Cold Steel 1 and 2. Now with Zwei 2, you're getting more of that Exceed greatness, baby. Now I won't spoil any of the charms seen in the game. As for the story and characters of Zwei 2, I would say it isn't on the level of Trails, but it is certainly better than what you will see in most Ys games. So I guess this game is like if you took an Ys game, made the gameplay a little bit slower, but cranked up the story and characters a notch or two. Now last, but definitely not least to talk about, is the music in this game. Falcom sound team JDK absolutely killed it with this one. You got Sonoda and Unisuga strutting their stuff hard, with plenty of leftover tracks from Takashita. If that sounded like gibberish to you, don't worry, I got you covered. Translation? This shit very good, man. The feel and vibe of this OST is a lot like Ys Origin and Sky the Third. So if you enjoyed those games' soundtracks, you are in for a real treat with this one. Another really interesting thing with this game's soundtrack is how they will often remix the main theme, just like what they did with Trails in the Sky. In my personal opinion, this game, as far as Falcom soundtracks go, is in my top 5 very easily, and that is saying a lot. Falcom are gods at music, and have made a lot of games. For this to be in my top 5 is crazy. I've been playing the music of Zwei 2 this whole time in the video, just to give y'all a taste of this greatness. Now if after watching this video, you don't play this game, but instead listen to its OST, I would still consider that a massive W. Zwei 2, or as it is called in English, Zwei, the Ilvert Insurrection, is a fantastic game all around that unfortunately has had very poor sales in both Japan and the West. Hopefully, this video will bring at least a little bit of attention to this hidden gem. Now I have sinned greatly with the thumbnail of this video. I clickbaited hard. But I may as well go all in with the YouTuber sins. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more Falcom hidden gems, hit like and subscribe. And if you like Falcom content, check out my previous videos about the Ys and Trails series. Alright, that's all I got for now. And so, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you around, have a good one, peace.